shared cell phone towers. With optimal internet, you get fast, reliable, consistent internet speeds throughout your home. Famously fast, optimal internet. When you have the best, you stay with the best. I also know how to stay.
I would feel a little better.
The moose right here in glass. It's moving. Very rich. Every time.
Rose pissed off at him. Rose pissed off at me getting mad at him for barging into my room to look at my bed while I was changing. Like there was a reason my light was on and my door was closed. So I'm changing. Oh.
Meow what? Meow what?
Carl currently owes the city of Tampa well over $1 million in code enforcement fines. Man, it's ridiculous.
I've watched this episode too.
And it was really hoping that he was able to maintain progress that was made when we were here.
I've watched those. Nope.
Distraction. But I know this data is doing their best to tempt each other's appetites whilst playing it cool with the campers. No one wants to look greedy when on the lookout for love. Where people think they can't be seen. There's some wanton behaviour from this woman who goes in twice, then realises she's been rumbled. Check out this mystery man. There's one call every minute in his corner of the bar. But fair enough, these events are all about solving the goodies. And then a mysterious notcher here. She's got a speed dating technique sorted. Go for something tasty looking. Give it a second chance. Try an alternative. And double check whether that first option wasn't more attractive. If what's on offer at the bar doesn't appeal, never mind. There's still something delicious circulating in the room.
Oh, you really fancy that, isn't it?
Late night never anymore. Back in Leicester, it's a moment of truth.
Hello.
Since realising they were super producers, they've been following a husky heating plan. If they've stuck to it, they should each have lost between £5 and £10. So what impact has it had on the scales? First up is Ethel, who weighed 14 stone 2 5 weeks ago.
It was one stone and 1 pound.
Amazing.
So we went.
Can people match Ethel's impressive £15 weight loss?
It's 10 pounds a week.
Between them, they've lost nearly 2 stone.
Hello.
Gone down size in chocolates. I've gone down size in jeans.
Yes, quick hello. Hopefully everything's going well.
It's in my second school, but I've seen the things I'm doing to lose weight. It's into the way.
I feel great. I can't stop smiling,
Okay.
Britain has a big problem. Only Americans are getting fatter than we are.
Thank you for sharing it.
You're 18 stone now. Just under 19 stone. Wow.
I was going to start my live a little bit earlier, but I ended up going in there and helping the 17-year-old put the new bed frame together. She's had her mattress. Well, both kids have had their mattress on the floor for years now. You know, I could totally believe everything's on fire. Like, Scotty's on fire.
It's time for a big, fat reality check. Using secret
I don't know the song, but I can sing other songs about fire.
to find out what Brits are really putting away.
Because we can set fire to the rain.
We'll be laying traps to prove just how easy it is for all of us
Or
to
I can go BTS. Fire!
Will not be uncovering our surveillance. Hold the answers. That's what they said. Because if you want to lose weight, you really need to know the truth about how.
I'm really happy that I bought this frame. Like, it's already so much nicer. I haven't had to adjust it at all, or tighten it, or move it around.
A lot of people will assume that when you fly, everything in line, and you can take those fishing kits. But really, it's a different story. You want to be better, ready, and fly.
Well, good luck. Hopefully you can get some decent sleep. Thanks for saying hi.
Industry, which adds to her frustration.
Would it be in a diet product company, you would think that I wouldn't feel as good as I am because we would put it in and think, well, why are you so big if you put all these products in town?
Hi, Daryl. I'm Anna. 27-year-old railway worker Daryl has put on almost 5 stone in 2 years, even though he's trying everything to keep his weight down.
The majority of the time I do I tend to go for a lot of vegetables.
I can't wait to actually get the scroll.
That'll be it for the whole day.
Hopefully I can manage to save up my gift cards from my receipt apps
Both Daryl and Kate
before the end of the year to get it.
why they've got so big. Show some pictures of my
Because then it would make such a difference working on this big project.
6 stone lighter. Well, I wouldn't have recognised you there.
I feel like maybe I can get this piece done in less than a year if I work a lot at it. But who knows? I mean,
It's good. It's what I do. I don't think
I'm like, oh, yay, look at this big section done. And then at the same time, I look over and it says 0.56% complete. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to get finished with this one. It is a lot of colors, isn't it? I was looking at the actual,
it seems something's wrong.
the amount of stitches per color, and you know, I was like, oh, you know, black will probably be the most stitches. Yeah, no, black was like 7,000 stitches, but there's, I think, like 4 or 5 other colors that have over 11.
any day now.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Well, it's quite a big job.
But it's going to be so worth it. Finishing a big picture like this is going to be so cool. I've never done anything this big. And I had been working on all those stitches for my friend, but she was the one that convinced me to go ahead and start working on this one and put hers to the side for a while.
Okay, so you reckon 19.2?
Hello, hello.
Do 19.2.
I'm the same way. I love catching other people.
So we can monitor that every month.
Like, I end up probably spending more time watching other people's lives than I actually do doing my own live.
It's so weird getting up off the bed and not being on the ground.
Yep.
Hi.
I am working on a very, very large project.
Hi, chat. I have a bed frame now. That's all I can say.
Are they hiding the truth about what they eat from each other? Themselves.
That's what I'm working on.
To get an idea of what they think they eat, they asked Kate and Daryl to compare.
So, of course, I'm working right up here on this,
Kate reported eating
the
2,000
black
calories
stitching up
and
there at
said
the
she eats
top.
fresh fruit and vegetables.
Generally, I start in the middle of a project, but with something this large, I was like, nope, I'm going to have to start from the top and work my way across.
2,000 calories a day too.
Yeah, I've never done anything over, I think 48,000 was the highest that I've done before. Thank you for the follow. This one has 391,000.
It's 1 p.m. on the first day of silence.
So I will be working on this for a very long time. But it's absolutely gorgeous. And of course, my stitching bestie sent me the pattern.
And here he's sandwiching his tuna with light mayonnaise. Not too bad. But this meal is now a different deal. Us Brits munch 6 billion bags of crisps a year.
It will be. I am actually doing this for my sister. She is... She's 10 years younger than I am, so she's like right at 30. And she is a tattoo artist. And her favorite Pokemon is Vaporeon. And I've already stitched her 2 small, like 4x4 Vaporeon, if I could even talk correctly. And I'm doing this for her studio room so she can put it on her wall.
No, it doesn't. And be rest assured, we'll be keeping a close eye on what else you eat. But Kate and Daryl are looking.
The number does sound really daunting. And when I think about it, I'm like, oh my God. Like, seeing some of these other people doing all of these different epic Pokemon stitches, and I'm like, I can't even imagine doing those. And then I'm like, well, you know, those are similar-ish in size. Like, I'm doing this on 18 count, so a lot of the other people that are doing the epic ones, especially if they're the printed ones, are doing them on like 11 or 14. So it's a lot bigger. And I probably could have, you know, ended up purchasing something similar with like printed, blah, blah, blah. But I have a tendency to just be more comfortable doing counted. I feel like working on the printed patterns, it's good for when, you know, you need a little bit less brain power. But for me, it needs to be something small because I get too overwhelmed and miss stuff on the bigger pieces that are printed. Yeah, I actually learned watching my mom when I was like 10 years old. And so counted is just ingrained in my brain now. And it's just like I normally don't even grid, but this time, since it's something so big and I don't want to take the chance of messing up, I've actually just been adding in my points at least. So hopefully I'll have less of a chance of messing up.
Kate's new hairdo has not thrown us off track. As far as they're concerned, they're on their way to meet our dietitian for a chat at this Monday.
See, I think that's why I prefer counted, because I have to, I do counted, but I also have to have the TV going or listening to music or something, because that gives me something to focus on, and I can actually count better if I have other stuff going on, which sounds counterproductive, but
containing every last scrap of evidence of what we saw them eating.
I don't think stitching ever stops being practice at any point in your life. Even, for seasoned stitchers, it's always, something bigger, something better, something more intricate, something, with more colors, something monochrome. There's so many different paths that you can take when you're stitching. Nobody's is ever the same. Thank you for the follow.
Welcome to your very own Secret Eaters Instagram.
I find that it's satisfying finishing a project, and then I really love starting a project. And now I'm like trying to figure out how fast I can move. Because so far this year, I've done a little over 100,000 stitches. So I'm like, well, if I keep moving at a decent Yes, that's what I was doing. So a lot of, most patterns will have, your 10 by 10 grids. So that's just how I've done my crosses, is just at the corner of those grids. And normally I would work as far across as I can, but I also don't want to get off on my grids either. So I've been trying to just finish, a 10 by 10 section and work my way down and across. And, they do have like water soluble like pens and stuff that you can mark on here, but I had some a mechanical pencil, and that's what I've just been using. I mean, all of these are going to get covered up by the actual thread anyways, and then I can always just go through and erase the extra ones that I have on the outside of it.
He may think he's managed to hide his greasy shame from us, but he's never.
See, this is the largest one that I've done before. Before this, I want to say the biggest one. It was like a 12 by 28 finished piece, and it was full coverage. And I thought, okay, I'm never going to do anything this large again. And no, I'm just, you know, a glutton for punishment, and I'm going way bigger. But that was on 14 count. But it was also before I got my bifocals. And so now I can actually see a little bit better to work on the 18 count. And I'm just having a blast actually getting to do this.
By midday, Lou informs us that Darryl has brought in his own lunchbox too.
I agree. It helps you decrease that overall finished project size, but you can still see it well enough to stitch on it without struggling. Like, I'm not using a magnifying glass. When I was doing that 28 count, I really needed a magnifying glass, and I did not have one. I think if I ever end up going back into that 28 count again, I'm gonna have to invest in one of them, just because even with bifocals, I could still barely see it.
That big boy breakfast baguette contains around 1,600 calories. So just in one sandwich, you've had 2/3 of what you should be eating in the whole day.
I'm watching a show called Secret Eaters, and it's a British show, and they're talking about finding ways or finding out, you know, how many calories are in like their meals and stuff, and figuring out the best way to go about cutting out some of the extra.
A person who constantly grabs food on the go. If this sounds
And I'm just like, yep, that's how I learned.
Carry around food nuts to avoid unhealthy snacking.
No, I know.
High fiber foods like porridge for breakfast.
Like watching these people, like, you know, a lot of people, I guess, when they do 28 count, they tend to go over 2 instead of over 1. But when I was doing it, I was doing it to decrease the overall size. So I did 1 over 1. And so that was a real challenge for me. But it ended up being beautiful, finished. I was so happy with it in the end. And it ended up being the perfect size to go in I think it was a 12 by 12 frame when I got finished, but it would have been a lot larger than that.
Hey, presto, there you have it. One king-size feast.
I've learned after, you know, trying a couple that I think 18 is that sweet spot. 14 you can see better, yes, but 18 gives you that ability to downsize just a little bit while still being able to see it. I do wish that I had gotten some, you know, pretty dyed Ada when I was doing that dragon that I just finished instead of just doing it on plain white, but I also didn't want to wait to start it either. Now I just have to actually buy a frame so that I can get that done and hung up. Let me pull it up. I'll show you real quick. This is what I'm working on right now. See, I was having a hard time finding 22 because originally that's what I was going to use when I was working on that 28. I was originally going to do 22 and I couldn't find any. And like the ones that I did find were like super expensive. I don't know if I'm just
I didn't know there was a lot
not
of
good at
I hadn't realised at all quite what I'd
finding supplies that I need. But that could be me.
But it didn't stop there. Just
Thank you for the
20
follow.
carvings out of the
I've
pie.
started buying more of my supplies from there.
Which he drowns in double cream.
I know I'm going to end up having to make a thread run at some point. At least I won't run out of 310 because I still have most of a cone left of that, at least.
Let's discuss the double cream. Because looking at that, you were like, God, blimey, look at that. That's loads.
My friend was nice enough to actually order the cone for me.
In terms of that apple pie and double cream, how many calories were in the apple pie?
Yes, the cone of doom. But honestly, it's the cone of yay, in my opinion, since, you know, that's one of those colors that you're always going to use no matter what you're working on. So I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with having the cone. I refilled. I have 2 310 bobbins right now, and I refilled both of them earlier since that's what I was kind of focused on with this.
I'm certainly going to look at maybe saving my own food in future rather than letting other people do it for me.
But our surveillance caught Kate sticking with her snacking.
See, it doesn't bother me because after a while you don't even really see it, and like especially when the project is finished, to me it doesn't really, like, you don't really notice it. I think it's more visible just because it's only black and white right now.
But 345 calories now.
But like once you zoom out and you see the bigger picture, you're going to focus more on the colors than you will anything. At least in my opinion, that's what I end up focusing more on. When you're zoomed in like this though, yeah, it can be a little frustrating. So like that's why I try and be pretty meticulous about making sure that my stitches are all uniform. That way it cuts down on the amount of white that you can see.
Dare I ask, what on earth are you looking at today? Well, we're going to do an experiment looking at the effects of colour on portion size and how much you eat. So how is this colour going to affect portion size and how much we eat? Well, I think most people realise if they have a large plate,
missed one.
with a large portion of it, and probably more
I was trying to mark those off now that I finished that square.
What I think they don't have to realise is that the colour of the chocolate you use can actually have an effect on how much you serve yourself.
I think once I finish the 310 in this corner, that's when I'm going to be really excited once I start getting into those actual colors.
We've told them they're being filmed for team building exercise. But the only thing we're interested in...
I just think it's still funny though that how I ended up wrapping this all up using the cellophane. My guess is that this will take me at least a year to work on, maybe more. So I'm hoping to actually get it finished in less than a year, but
So the idea is that presumably you're going to serve less on a high contrast plate. Well, that's the thing. We need to get that passed around.
okay. And
As our guinea pigs break for lunch,
this is what I'm working on.
That is a massive dollop of pasta.
This one was $391 $500.
this theory is proven. Over the last 5 days, we've been spying on Kate Braithwaite and friend Darren Ambrose.
So it's a lot. I have done a whole 2280 right now.
They've already been served up some unpalatable treats.
But I mean, I've done that in 3 days, so that's not too bad.
Let's just take a look at what you are drinking, Daryl.
I may sound like a noob, but what is floss cross? Oh, so is it kind of like Pattern Keeper?
Daryl's can of pop contains a whopping 11 teaspoons of sugar.
Because that's the one I use.
But what about the full fat lemonade
Ah,
and cider?
actually, the only way I've made pattern so far is WinStitch.
Down orange juice.
I went ahead and purchased the software, and I've been playing around with that off and on for a few months when I've had the time.
You say yes.
Hello, hello.
So why the orange juices?
Mainly because it's partly fibre day. I know it's good for you and it's better for you than fizzy drinks.
Tell us about the orange juice. 1 small glass.
I've been seeing you doing lives, Moonstitch.
In this amount of orange juice, there contains more calories.
I try and pop in and throw a few likes when I can.
Interesting. Yeah.
How many calories in Daryl's drinks?
It is Haku as a needle minder. And I plan on actually getting a Haku tattoo. I have a Kodama tattoo, and I plan on going above that and up into my upper arm with Haku.
2 kilos. Not just 3 bags, but you're getting.
I also have another needle minder that I can show you.
I'm quite disappointed in it really, so I really do enjoy the orange juice.
I've also got this one. I bought them from the same shop. I wish I could remember the name off the top of my head, but I loved both of them.
Earlier, we started a scientific experiment with Dr. David Lewis to find out if people serve themselves more when the food is the same colour as the plate. This group of students think they're being filmed as part of a team building exercise. But what they don't know is we're actually spying on them to look at their eating habits. At lunch, we want to see if the team using the red plates take more food than the team with the white plates.
Yeah,
With the red plates, it was at least
I still plan. I think there was one other one that they had that was out of stock at the time that I really wanted. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the Mononoke mask.
Hello, guys. Hello. And let me congratulate you on your amazing team building skills. Absolutely fantastic.
I also have an Inuyasha needle minder as well, but my daughter has that. She's been using it on the stitch that she started a while back.
Simply because there's a greater contrast between the red of the spaghetti sauce, the pasta sauce,
I
and the plate.
can probably pull it up real quick because it's just in my Etsy. Let me pull up my purchases really quick.
About 60% more food was served on the red plate than on the white plate.
I don't have a whole lot.
Definitely was much more aware of how much I was putting on the plate. I just kept piling food onto my plate until it looked full.
They'll probably go out and get green plates because I'm not eating enough veg.
Here we go.
It'll probably make me more broccoli.
It was Fairy Floss Stitchery on Etsy.
When you're serving yourself food on a
Ah, so it was this one. It was the Howls one that I was wanting on that one.
judgment of
So how can
But
we-
I was absolutely in love with this
You
Haku.
know, am I really meant to be buying loads of different coloured plates in order to help me lose weight?
So apparently it was not the same shop that I had.
So far in our incident room, Kate has found it tough.
But
There's more evidence of secret.
the only ones that they're out of right now is the GG and the Cat Bus. So they have all of the other ones available. They're very cute.
We followed you over just one Saturday, and this is what we discovered.
Yeah, I was in love with that one. I bought that immediately. As soon as I saw that, because it was one of the first ones that I was looking at, and I was like, oh my god, I have to have this. And then I bought 2 others, and I'm like, you know what, I need more of a selection, so that way whenever I'm stitching, people can see the other stuff too.
After hitting the high street sales, the family decided to have a spot of lunch.
This is what she had: Coke, chips, a bacon double cheeseburger.
By mid-afternoon, the shopping trip is complete, but Kate's family still has food for thought.
We tracked Kate to this restaurant.
I haven't really had the energy to do
They all
many
together,
lives recently,
Kate
but
starts off with a healthy-looking salad.
now that we're finally, like,
And covers
we're
it
actually
with
settled. So it's a little bit easier.
Our undercover PIs pull up here and note down what
See, I love that. I love sharing this stuff for other, small artists. 1, 2 more rows.
But she did share the front row.
We gotta help each other out.
Kate joins down on her sister for some dinner, dining on tuna pasta and a sausage roll.
I've been kind of splitting my time between stitching and playing games. So
After
I've
3
been
meals and a dessert, Kate still
doing my
and eat it.
streaming for the games on the Purple app since TikTok kept
Now, obviously, you're not feeling good watching that. Yeah, my whole back is
uh,
because my muscles are so tense.
giving me violations.
How many calories you take.
So I just gave up trying to stream
Yes and no. Looking at it
On
now, I suppose I'm more
here
aware. In honesty,
when I was doing that.
probably one of my
So
surprises.
if you ever end up wanting to watch when I game, my account info is in my bio
When you feel
if you want to follow me on there.
and I guess we're just trying to show what is going on and how many calories you're taking. So, Lynn, overall, on that day, how many calories did you take?
Here lately, I've been mainly streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Times
I've beat that game. I've platinumed the game, but it's one that I end up going back to multiple times. I also occasionally go back and forth between that, Horizon, and Final Fantasy. 10 and 13 are the ones that I play more on that franchise.
I do know now that I'm eating more than I should. I'm not much going to rely on food. I just need to rely
As
on
far as Assassin's Creed goes, though, Odyssey was my absolute favorite out of all the ones that I've played so far. And Origin was my second favorite. I enjoyed Shadows a lot. I liked the whole, Japanese, but in my opinion, it was a little too linear after playing Odyssey.
It's time for them to learn what the difference is between what they think they eat.
My sister had kept telling me that, she didn't want to play Odyssey. She didn't want to play it. She liked Black Flag. And I was like, well, I get that, but I think you would like Odyssey because me and her tend to like similar games. And so she started playing it and she was like, you know what? I actually really, really like this one. She's like, I didn't think I would, but I do.
sort of get down.
So, Kate, in terms of your food diary, what was the discrepancy? You
Yes, thank you, Adam.
2,000 calories a day. But your average intake is coming out at around 4,300.
I figure if I, I tend to do more gaming on the weekends and stitching during the week.
Down on your side. Now Kate and Daryl have seen the
Okay,
extent of
1,
their
2,
they've agreed to follow a
3,
healthy eating
4.
Daryl needs to reduce his daily calorie intake from 4,450
Okay.
to 2,500. He'll have to keep to a strict 3-portion controlled meals a day and swap his sugar-filled drinks for sugar-free
Oh, gosh. Excuse me. Thank you for the follow. Choking myself on water. Oh, I'm smart. I'm so smart. Choking on water.
We'll be catching up with them later to find out how.
At least it wasn't nothing this time. Oh, I'm so glad he didn't jump on my head this time.
To see how much mischief they'll be making in Sutton High Street, where we'll
Our new kitty is being a little ornery the past couple of days. He apparently thinks that biting my toes are funny. Don't breathe water. You'll choke. But yesterday, he literally jumped up on the back of the couch while I was sitting here stitching, and then, minding my own business, he just bites the top of my head out of nowhere. I'm like, what in the world is up with you? And his favorite place to lay is on top my my stitch cart with all of my bobbins in it. That's his favorite place to lay so far. He also is dead set on saving us from the shower because we are going to die if we take a shower. He literally meows so long and loud. It's like he's literally afraid for our lives. It's adorable. But at the same time, when I am trying to be quiet in the mornings while everybody else is sleeping, I'm trying to keep him from waking everybody up. It's hilarious, though. He's so cute.
And the answer is 21. 21 surveyed cut to cake, but 7 angels have apples.
I'll show you, because he's so cute. Hi, Domino. He's like an old man. He's not even 2 yet, but his whiskers literally looks like he's like 12. He's an adorable, adorable little man.
This roll is the size of my forearm.
He's decided that I'm his person, though. He follows me around and he sleeps on my pillow above my head. My daughter's a little mad because it was supposed to be her cat. She kept telling me that over and over. He's my cat. He's my cat. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Cats choose their own human. I am stitching this.
I think the biggest change for me has been portion sizes. I don't have to
It is very, very large. The biggest piece I've ever done. But it's so pretty.
Even so, it's a whole melon.
And thank you to Adam for sending me the pattern. He's the one that started this chaos.
Daryl is also feeling positive, having given his lifestyle a much needed overhaul.
So you're ready to know more? I know sort of face off drinks and sort of face squash, come out orange juice, don't any of that anymore.
Daryl is even
He also sent me another pattern that I had been looking for that's retired. The map of Middle Earth. And I'm going to do that for my husband because he is a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
Remember, it's not just Kate Daryl's secret eating we've been spying on.
I'm kind of excited to do that one too. I'm like, when am I ever going to have the time?
It's time to access all areas in Black Nation.
I'm going to be stitching for the rest of my life, and I still will never have all of these patterns worked.
Crazy for corner, delirious for Dansack, and mad for Madras.
Especially whenever, you know,
We've put our cameras on
you find other stuff that you want to do too.
It's 11:30 p.m. and there are a few young men in the restaurant. First on the menu,
But I'm using my new stand, and I'm so happy.
drink sorted. It's time to make
It was so worth it.
appetizers. And once you're popping on, you just can't stop it on.
It only took me
On the free extras.
a little over an hour to put together, which without decent instructions, I think was pretty good. I actually didn't even worry about looking at the instructions for the most part of it. I actually just looked at the finished picture and went off of that instead because that seemed to be a lot easier.
Half an hour of eating?
Too many patterns, not enough time, yes. And the actual pattern collecting, I do agree. I think that is the hobby.
They're making a meal of it, but they won't be defeated by dinner.
Especially for you, right, Adam?
And it's not over yet. Anyone in mint condition after all that food? Go on.
I'm sure you could stitch 24 hours a day for the rest of your life and still not get through all of the patterns. My mom keeps telling me, I have too many patterns. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm like, no, you don't have the patterns. I actually convinced her to try Pattern Keeper though, because she was so set against digital patterns. And now she's like, oh my God, why didn't you tell me about this sooner? I definitely do not have anywhere near that. I think I maybe have 50. So not too bad yet. But I think if you keep sending me patterns, I will definitely end up with a lot. I am going to go.
Between them, Kate and Daryl have managed to lose over 2 stone since I met them.
Let's see. Oh,
It's not the only
go back up here
He's just become a father to
and work my way down this other side. And my friend did say that we definitely have to go and see you while we're down there, Adam. She was like, we've got to hang out with somebody that does the cool stuff.
I was a secret eater, obviously, because I didn't know a lot of what I was doing, and without somebody to keep me and say stop, you know, that's what I'm thankful for because I have.
I ended up managing
So
to
this is a change. For
get. We're actually going to be in Texarkana on Monday. I have to do some fixtures and a Five Below there, and so she's just going with me, and we're just going to stay in Texarkana that night, and then go over to the Las Colinas area the next day, and I get paid travel time down there. I'm like, hey, work's gonna pay me to drive down there, so we managed to work that into our concert trip. Oh, thank you for the repost.
It's time for a big, fat reality check.
A big, hot reality check.
We're going undercover across the UK to find out what Brits are really putting away. And we'll be laying traps to prove just how easy it is.
Oh, one more. Do.
Hold the answers.
That's what they said.
Because if you want to lose weight, you really need to know the truth.
Man,
about
they were just showing cookies on the screen, and I'm like, ah, I want cookies now. I'm so bad. I don't need cookies.
I'm on my way to Camberley in Surrey to meet brother and sister Emma Butler and Matthew Good. Emma is 41 and works as a chef in a pub. Matthew is 46 and works in IT. Both of them are getting fatter and don't know why.
That's been scared I am the right time for what I eat. I try to eat as little as I can in the week.
Time to hydrate.
On the weekend, I want to sit with my family and eat.
Man, I can't believe it's almost 10 o'clock.
Really, in the week, my aim is to eat as little as possible.
If I could take a magic
I don't want to get up in the morning already.
weight would go away, then I'd take it tomorrow. I'm reasonably active.
Although I do get to work with my boss tomorrow.
I go to the gym several times a week. I'm happy with my fitness. I'm unhappy with my weight.
I've come to try and help this confused brother and sister solve the mystery.
I bet not many people can say, hey, I like working with my boss.
Matthew's building a house.
But I actually do.
So 18 months ago, he and his wife moved in with Emma and her
Although, my boss, I'm sure I'll see your lives again soon. I've been trying to catch them when I can. Thanks for joining me.
We always do it 65. I was old enough. I can look at my school photographs and they'll be normal kid. In 1 year, you know, oh my God.
My boss is just a little bit younger than I am.
I've been on every diet I can think of. And I lose weight each time I feel lose weight.
I've made a couple of different cross stitches for her.
I'm just in a real
Like one of them
I'm on a diet for 30 years.
I did when she was pregnant,
Really slim
and then added, her son's information when he was born, and then gave it to her after she came back to work. It was so cute. It was an elephant with balloons.
She's nothing. So you don't sit down and eat noodles. So I can reach Santa Paris and if the whole family are here,
I think once I finish this square, I'm gonna head out myself and try and start getting ready for bed. Me Kitty said it's time for bed too. He's just snoozing away.
In my book, you are balancing your fitness. So you fit, but you are carrying too much weight.
Yeah, I do keep data on my weight. I do track it. The last couple of years, my weight has been increasing steadily. When I've lost a bit, it's gone back on.
I lost a bit.
So I do go.
I did do a little bit of stitching earlier, like half a square or whatever, but I've managed to get quite a bit done on this live. It says I'm at 567 stitches right now. So once I finish this block, I should be close to 600.
She needs help losing weight because she's been trying really hard.
Oh no, 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 no. Definitely call it a night. Get some rest. Don't overdo it.
And I need to get the women's horrid factor with food. And I need to do it for my girls so they don't end up the same way.
Definitely.
So little during the week, and Matthew's so sporty.
Have a good night. I think I might just go ahead and end it in the live now. It's time to get ready for bed. So good night, everybody.
Without cameras rolling for the next 5 days, and 2 top private investigators.
So it says I need to wait for 2 minutes so that I can make that achievement. Well, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I will stitch for 2 more minutes then. I guess I'll be at an hour once I hit that. Who am I to tell TikTok they're wrong?
To get an idea of what they think they eat, we asked Emma and Matthew to complete a food diary for a week.
I can manage 2 more minutes. It's a sure thing.
Much less than the recommended 2,000 calories a day for an average woman, so she should be losing weight. In Matthew's diary, he listed eating around 3,000 calories, with salads or pasta for lunch, and home-cooked meals like stir-fries or curries for supper. It's more than average.
It's a perfect thing anyways, because this is my last piece of thread before I cut a new set. So, you know what? It's tell me right.
Between what they believe they eat and what they actually eat. It's the first night of surveillance. And Emma's in the kitchen. Cooking chips. A burger.
Cooking chips and burgers.
Solve the mystery of a burger. No, that would be way too simple. This supper isn't for her, it's for her husband Paul. Emma's eating nothing. A little later, it's clean cook Matthew's turn in the kitchen. He's making a chicken from scratch under the watchful eye of our cameras and our private eye and training, Emma's daughter, Lynn.
Let's see.
So will she have supper now?
2 more rows in this square.
Unfortunately not. She has a teaspoon of chili. And then one of Matthew's nachos. And that's all. is a very unhealthy way of eating. Skipping meals
Oh,
and
no.
restricting food intake for long periods of time can trigger the body to go into survival mode, which makes it hang on to calories by slowing down metabolism. This approach isn't good for you, and it's not working for Emma's weight loss.
Oh no. I almost dropped my needle.
Who has a hearty appetite but claims not to have a sweet tooth, prepares a little treat for himself and his wife, who's in their bedroom upstairs. The next day, Matthew's wife Sue has an interesting tale to tell PI Cameron about what happened to her native boy.
Thank you for the follow.
That's really useful information. Thanks, Bertie.
Matthew doesn't know it yet, but we've rumbled his attack of the midnight munchies. He succumbed to a spot of secret eating, but he's not the only one.
Secret
To show what
eaters.
questionable food choices we're all capable of, we've posed temptation in some unlikely locations.
Oh, come on, go down in the hole.
Today we've set up
Ah, that went crooked. Dang it. Let's try that again. There we go.
We're inviting members of the public to sample some vintage cheddar.
Vintage cheddar.
It's free, so why not take a bite? But beware, this is a secret eating trap, as our mischief-making cheese champion Penny has a mission. To try and persuade the people on the street to take as many chunks as possible.
Oh. Alrighty then.
So what's the highest number of cheese
So,
and chunks that any one person will be convinced to eat? 4, 7, or 11? We'll reveal the
Oh.
results later.
there we go.
Over the course
So,
of the night, the average person spends about
once I
20
get
years
across at the
eating
end of this row,
That's how long Emma
I will be at 607 stitches today, and total percentage done is going to be 0.61%. So I don't think that's too bad for a day. I did almost 0.2%. Now I'm going to end my life, though. Now that TikTok can say, hey, I've got that. But that's where I'm at as of tonight. And thank you for joining me, guys.